All right. So, like I'm saying, in most African setup, you have only those things. Since I don't want to say since that time.
Okay.
I want to find out from you. Was it like that? Was that the only thing that was available for people to make a choice to either become a teacher, a nurse, a police officer, or was it like that from the start? Only the options.
One could decide. Because myself wanted to join.
What were the options available?
You can be a policeman, you can be in the army, you can be an accountant, a lot of options. Me wanted to join the army. But my father said no. You are gifted, and if you join the army, I don't know what will happen.
What about during the colonial period? What was available? Is it the same thing?
Jobs. I remember my cousin, who is late now. He was at the Betikaunda Technical School. When he completed, he could work for 2 hours in one institution, later on resign, get a job the following day, and work maybe for a week. He resigned, go to another. So
why was he doing that?
When he look at money, he will say, no, me, I'm too late to work under these conditions.
Meaning when you start working, they don't tell him how much he's going to get?
He was taught, but immediately, as they socialize with some people, he finds out that what he's doing, there's even an institution which is paying even more money. Because they could even pay someone wicked.
What about yourself? Was it the money that drove you into teaching, like your cousin, or is just the love for teaching people?
It was the love for teaching, because I've been volunteering for long.
So what would you advise somebody who is also in this position where they want to work for a company, they are looking money in all this?
Money is never enough. If you think in terms of money, you never work. Because no matter how much you count that money, it will never be enough. So if you have that love for what you are doing, you find that you are going to enjoy what you are doing. It's more like you go cultivating, then you are singing. You are going to cultivate a big portion. But when you don't have that love for cultivation, you are going just to work for 30 minutes and you fail and you come back.
You know, because I've seen a lot of people, they are working in this company, they are looking for jobs somewhere else. That's a very bad attitude.
Yes, that means you are more like a kite.
Yes, you don't want the company to grow, because if you study something, you love what you study, you want to work somewhere. I mean, I believe it is not your company and you decide to work, you have to accept the condition, and then you work there in terms of helping that company to grow, not just to go and be getting salary and leave. Because I've seen that they start working here, they say, this money is small money, it's peanut money, but they can't even start their own business. So if you are me, I always tell them, if you are working for a company, don't be looking at the money. If you are working there, say, I'm working here, I want to add value to this company, I want to see this company grow.
There are some people, no matter how late they are, you find that immediately they are paid month end, they even stop reporting for it.
Yes, I've seen those.
They stop for 2 weeks. Then later on you come up with excuses. One, the other man will do the same until the company said, you are late, so we are fired. And these are the people that are roaming the streets.
Alright, so we're talking about your career as a teacher. The inspiration, your contribution to the teaching of communities that you've been in. I want to know about those.
Most of my former pupils, for the 35 years I've worked, once we meet, we still discuss. We discuss and I ask about their family, those who are married.
Like they renown some of your pupils who become top officials based on your contribution in their life. You have some of those?
Yes, even a phone number of Mr. Mutari Musonda, who is the commandant Fire Brigade in the Eastern Province. Just one. The other one is a teacher at Kamlanga here in Lusaka.
Oh, so he's still teaching?
Yes, he's still teaching, we meet. And the other one is Sipo Kapum used to work. The last time I checked, he used to work for Diamond TV.
Have they, like some of your ex pupils or students, do they come to you sometimes, or when you meet them like that, they say, no, what you did for us really transformed our life?
I usually cannot remember some of their names, but if I'm told the first name, I would recall the surname. Like I remember meeting one when I was even thinking of going to town. He came close to me and said, "Sir, you used to teach me at teaching." I said, "Yes, I recall." "No, sir, the words you used to use in class, like me, I only need little angels. I don't want devils in my class, little devils." Those inspired us. Oh, very good. Then later on, we chatted for some time. He gave me 20 kwacha. And many others. There's one who just driving, saw me by my home. He slowed down and said, "Sir, how are you?" "I'm fine." 20 kwacha. Others, if I want to board maybe public transport, they will just say, "Sir, don't pay." I say, "No, I want to." "No, don't pay."
You know, if you teach with the love for teaching, that's what happens.
Yes.
But if you were just there to take money, just keep the students playfully, and one day you collect money and you go, you don't even show them love, they finish, they'll hate you.
As I said, I was a teacher before I was a teacher. Because even the time I was learning, when the lesson is boring, I wasn't happy. And I was thinking, if it was me, what can I do? What can I do? And immediately I was a teacher. Walking in class was the happiest time I used to have. That even the children were happy. When it was even time up, we could even go maybe exceed up to 10 minutes, no more yes time. And then he said, "No, guys, let us go home." "Ah, no, sir, no, sir, but don't worry. Tomorrow we'll continue. We'll continue. In fact, a good friend of mine was greeting you. Who is that one? James Bond, 007. That's my friend." And people say, "You know him, but tomorrow. Let's talk for another day." And then you go out.
You know, that's how it is. You go to so many schools, there are teachers who are inspiring kids. That's why you see some kids, when they see you teach like that, they have passion, genuine passion,
yes,
to become teachers. But some they just want to find way to just leave that school, and just when they finish, they just want to go, not to even pass around school.
And
anymore.
it's a time bomb, because when a teacher, you are not creative, you are boring. In short, pupils will be bored immediately. Say you are going to class, you say others will prefer not to go there. But if you are using a lot of initiative, creative, you have to play with the mind, and you're not just playing with the mind, but teaching in a play way.
So let me ask you this, because you're looking at the time, those 70s, 80s, how things were done, the development. How can you compare the development today to the development those infrastructurally and otherwise?
Now, the first look on the population. The population is big. It's more like a family. If you have a small family you can manage, it is easy. But when it becomes big, it becomes a burden. But all the same, even if you have a big population, but with bright ideas, you find that you manage.
What about the roads?
The roads.
Transportation system. Was it better than this one now?
Yes, like the UBZ. UBZ, where even I remember.
So you mean there were more tarred roads than now?
More tarred, even these roads.
So where are they? Where did they go to?
They see and where. I mean, things don't stay permanently. They stay and where. They stay and some people contracted. Some of them were doing shoddy work.
Remember the woman I was telling you? She has so much to offer.
Okay.
That mama there. She just that now she's with the daughter.
Okay.
She was telling me that during, is it Kaunda's time? No, after Kaunda, who was the president?
Dr. Chiruba, Dr. FTJ Chiruba.
Maybe, I think maybe that one. She was saying to go to, like, one province to another, it would take days because of the road, the buses. And then she said now, the government has to say now anybody can buy buy their own car from overseas easily. It's like it was very difficult for people to buy like cars abroad. So the government now make it easy for them to buy those buses and transportation type of vehicles for people to move easily. He said the road was bad, and then she said the cars were not even there. The car that is going to like another province will be maybe once in a week.
Okay, but in my days, like, because I've stayed with my parents until when I went to college, where I could travel from Lusaka to my own province, Wakula, using a bus or private vehicle.
Which year was that?
That was the 1984, 85. 84, 85. And we had an option. If you don't want to use UBZ or private vehicles.
UBZ, what is that?
A United Bus Company.
Government owned?
Government owned.
I think that's the one she was talking about.
And then we had the alternative, also government owned, which was the coach services. If you want to travel in luxury, you go for a coach. And my father preferred a coach. So he used to give me enough money to use a coach.
Okay, I think that's the one she was. But how many times do they go all over the country in a week? It doesn't, maybe not like once in a week?
For like my experience going to teachers training college, whenever like we are on recess, they could arrange with the UBZ, they will come and pick you at school. And when leaving again for the college, we just go to the offices here in Lusaka and then we book.
So that was a system that was hindering the progress of transportation, because she said when the government said no, anybody can buy their own car now for transport, then it becomes easy.
Even if it has become easy, you find that some of these people they have employed transporting people, they don't have kind weights for the passengers.
But we are talking about just the transfer, not the
transport.
the
Yes,
means, because let's say now you can go to.
Yes, you can go now to all the places
Easily.
Easily, and what I've seen, you can travel easily, but safety is not there. There are some accidents which can even be avoided if those people responsible transporting people. That's why there are a lot of accidents. If they can learn some first aid, at least, or let them have schools, drivers, the conductors or the assistants, have schools where they can be taught about safety. You can travel to all parts.
Yeah, I just wanted to find out about that. I want us to make use of our time very much. Looking at this infrastructure we have today, because I read a lot of stuff about Zambia. The ambulance system, was it there like in terms those days with good cars and
very good ambulances, very good.
better than this one?
Better is, I remember my mother when she was giving birth. My father just called the ambulance and came and picked her home. That was reverse in train.
That's the community for that. They call them.
It was
they call them what yards, eh?
The city council, and there are very few these shanty compounds. There are few, so the population was manageable.
Yeah, I think that is the reason.
And the Bamba residential, because we're just staying opposite to UTH, so there was no need to call an ambulance because just near. Like I remember myself, if I'm injured, I would even wash myself. After washing, then I go and present myself. And they say, you came even last week? Yes, I came. And they've got this injured. And that's what even made me to learn first aid. instead of rushing to UTS most of the time, I could just treat myself.
Okay. So about the same career thing, we are talking about the career and the career choices that we have today. And what do you think the education has impacted the society in not only Zambia, but let's use Zambia as an example.
Okay.
What has the education that was given to us? Because what they are studying in school, what they gave you guys as curriculum, they are from colonial guys. The colonial masters, they gave this thing to, when they were leaving, they left the schools with a curriculum.
Yes, you see.
How impactful, like you've seen the curriculum change over time, and you've seen the actual curriculum. How can you tell us, or what can you tell us about the impact that you are seeing the curriculum really working around the communities and the society as a whole? The changes that it has
Yes.
brought.
Oh, I say the curriculum is based on white collar job. White collar job. And if you just think of white collar job, you may end up not even working, because you won't have the opportunity to be employed. And even if you are employed, because it's white collar job, you just think of dressing nicely, then teaching or doing whatever you are doing. Like for example, teaching. Because you are too much in the white collar job. When you are told to clean the surrounding, you say, why? Cleaning the surrounding as much as I am. But if you are creative enough and you are told to clean, the best thing you can do, because there are even duster coats teachers use according to their unions. You just put off, you wear a duster coat, then you go and clean with the pupils and tell them that this cleaning is important. Explain to the pupils. Don't just say, can you begin cleaning? And then you stand there at the corner. No. Explain.
So what would you advise a young person today who want to venture into a career for life? What type of career would you advise them to go into?
Whatever your heart desires.
No, I want you to advise them. Just pretend you are the one.
Okay.
What would you go into? Looking at the society today.
Yes, if I'm the one and I'm given an opportunity, maybe to
choose a career.
I would choose what my heart desires.
So what is your heart desiring?
Like now, I would do, well, there's so many in my head. Maybe I'll, okay, for self-employed or employed by the government?
No, just a career.
Or a career?
Be for self-employed, for a career can take
like even self-employed, I'll just pick making toys.
Toys?
Yes, making toys using wires, using wood, using metal.
How, if now you did that and then it grows, using those metal things with your hands, how many can you supply? If they say supply us 1 million in a month, will you be able to do it?
I employ people.
You employ the people, where will you get the materials?
Whatever people think is trash, that is material.
Those trash, you won't get enough to make 1 million of those things.
You know that if you are determined, you can make as many toys as possible. Even like in advanced countries, children are taught to...
We're discussing on how we can inspire the young people to do things. That's why I ask you that question, to put yourself looking at the condition of the society today. What if a young man come to you today and ask you, I have no idea what I want to do. You've lived colonial time, you're living this time, even now, you've seen things have changed. You've seen how the government has changed, the society has changed. We have internet today, we have all these new things. And then they're asking you, I want you to advise me on what type of career can I venture into? What can I study so that I will be able to fit in this society to add contribution to the society today? What will you tell that young person?
First is to ask that young person what the heart desires.
The guy is telling you, I don't know anything that can suit. I don't know. I just want you to advise me as an elderly person. Their mind is just blank.
Okay, then
they don't know anything. They want you to give them something that they will do, and then it helps them to add contribution to the society also. and give themselves a better life.